Forbes is facing an existential threat to its business. This is the hottest news in search engine optimization right now. Forbes has been caught red-handed abusing its SEO domain authority. Here's a background to this. So the longer a website is around, the more prodigious it is. Typically, the more backlinks it acquires, especially when it does a lot of press or events or writes a lot of articles that people share. And it gets backlinks. It gets other people linking to the website. Forbes is a legacy publisher. Forbes is a brand name. So it has lots of very high authority backlinks, leading to it making it one of the most authoritative websites, period, on the internet. It can rank for lots of keywords within Google. This concept is called domain authority, SEO domain authority. Typically, websites will be authoritative in a specific niche, in a specific domain, but because Forbes writes about a lot of stuff, it is authoritative in lots of domains. Now, it's specifically business and finance, but it's just such a big publisher. It is authoritative in pretty much every niche. And Forbes took crazy advantage of this. Forbes did this partnership with a third-party company to create something called Forbes Marketplace. Forbes has to make money. This was a great way to make money. Forbes Marketplace is run by a third party. All of the articles that this third party writes, it's affiliate articles, and all of these articles live within Forbes. They all target different keywords, and it makes it really easy for these articles to rank for their keywords, for the search terms, for the things that people search. So these articles rank really fast, they rank really high, they show up on Google really fast, and they show up on Google really high. They target keywords, and then they are packed with affiliate links. They are written by this third party. Forbes has no oversight into these articles, very little oversight. And lots of these articles, they're suggesting products that they barely even review themselves. The third-party writers barely review these products. They just want to make money off of the affiliate revenue. Now, here is what is so crazy. Forbes Marketplace, so it has Forbes Advisor, Forbes Health, Forbes Home Improvement. These are literally like Forbes.com/health. If you go to Forbes.com/health, you see like best hearing aids, best Medicare. There's dating on here. There's online therapy, CBD, best CBD gummies. And it literally ranks for best CBD gummies. If you search best CBD gummies on Google, this was ranking number one. Forbes Health was ranking number one. I don't know if that's still the case, but they were just ranking for all of these different keywords across a huge variety of niches. In fact, it was so crazy. So Forbes Marketplace was started in 2019. It's so crazy that within a few years, Forbes Marketplace was getting more traffic than NerdWallet. Lars Lofgren, he did these crazy articles on Forbes Marketplace and how they were doing, it's called Parasite SEO, but it's got kind of a variation of Parasite SEO because Forbes is involved, just not to a tremendous degree, and Forbes is getting money from it. Parasite SEO, it's more, a better example of Parasite SEO is you are using Reddit's domain authority and Reddit's power as UGC because Google is promoting user-generated content. You are using Reddit to get your brand to rank, and you are making money off Reddit's ability to rank on Google. And Reddit doesn't get any money from that, but you get all the money from that. So that is a better example of Parasite SEO. In this case, Forbes is making actually a lot of money. Forbes makes over 50% of its revenue from Forbes Marketplace. This is a huge part of Forbes business. Forbes Marketplace is a huge part of Forbes business. This is something that not a lot of people know. I did a ton of research into this. Forbes Marketplace makes over 50% of Forbes revenue. All right, so this is crazy. I'm going to read this. This is from Lars Lofgren. He said, NerdWallet gets 14 million search visits a month across its entire site. Forbes Marketplace is almost twice the size of NerdWallet already. NerdWallet was founded in 2009. It took them 15 years to get as big as they are. Forbes Marketplace basically 2x'd their size in a third of the time. That is crazy. Forbes Marketplace got twice as big as NerdWallet in just a few years. NerdWallet started in 2009 and Forbes Marketplace started in 2019. So it's a well-known thing that Forbes is one of these huge players in SEO, ranking for so many keywords that lots of other affiliates especially are trying to rank for. Actually, it's pretty smart how Forbes Marketplace does this. They use what are called hub pages. So for example, Forbes.com/health. This is a hub page. And it's a really well-designed page. It looks like it is part of Forbes, even though it is run by this third party. And it links to everything beautifully. It's just all of the articles are really well interlinked within this hub page. So they did it really well. It's really great SEO execution. But here is the problem. It goes directly against Google's guidelines. As a result of this, they got hit with a big manual penalty from Google. And you see their search traffic drop a ridiculous amount. They've been hit with a huge manual penalty. And it even says in Google's terms of service, if this isn't fixed, they're going to hit more parts of the Forbes site. Now, what do I mean by fixed? So in order to understand this, we need to look at Google's site reputation abuse policy. This is a new policy. It was put in, I believe, in May, and it's within their spam policies section within Google Search Central. So this is from Google itself. And actually, I think I'm just going to read this whole thing, because once I read it, it will become very clear why Forbes was hit with this manual penalty. Google says site reputation abuse is when third-party pages are published with little or no first-party oversight or involvement, where the purpose is to manipulate search rankings by taking advantage of the first-party site's ranking signals. Such third-party pages include sponsored, advertising, partner, or other third-party pages that are typically independent of a host's site's main purpose or produced without close oversight or involvement of the host site. So right there, you have Forbes, a business publication, ranking for best CBD gummies or best cockroach removal services, which it ranks for. So right there, it's just breaking both rules. It is produced by a third party without close oversight, and it's really unrelated to the host site's main purpose. And Google gives examples. Close oversight or involvement is when the first-party hosting site is directly producing or generating unique content. For example, via staff directly employed by the first party or freelancers working for the staff of the first-party site. It is not, and then it says what it is, this is not, and it basically describes Forbes. It is not working with a third party, with third-party services such as white label or turnkey that focus on redistributing content with the primary purpose of manipulating search rankings. And then Google is even nice enough to give examples. So this is what would be site reputation abuse. These are examples of abusing site reputation, which Forbes has been doing. An educational site hosting a page about reviews of payday loans written by a third party that distributes the same page to other sites across the web with the main purpose of manipulating search rankings. So it's an educational site hosting a page about payday loans written by a third party. Another one, a medical site hosting a third-party page about quote-unquote best casinos that's designed primarily to manipulate search rankings with little to no involvement from the medical site. A movie review site hosting third-party pages about topics that would be confusing to users to find on a movie review site, such as ways to buy followers on social media sites, or best fortune teller sites, and the best essay writing services where the purpose is to manipulate search rankings. A sports site hosting a page written by a third party about workout supplement reviews where the sports site's editorial staff had little to no involvement in the content, and the main purpose of hosting the page is to manipulate search rankings. A news site hosting coupons provided by a third party with little to no oversight or involvement from the hosting site where the main purpose is to manipulate search rankings. All of these are extremely common. I think Forbes had a coupon subdomain, coupons.forbes.com. USA Today, I think it's either coupons.usatoday.com or usatoday.com/coupons. CNN has a coupons page, and they're all using these third parties. And actually, this was in May, and they all got hit with these violations back in May. All of the biggest publishers, they got hit with these violations back in May from Google. They were hit with penalties from Google back in May, and this is why Google created this. But lots of them keep doing it because they need to make money. And Forbes has been so good at it that Google is making an example of Forbes, but it's definitely going to come after other ones because all of them are doing it. It's not fair to say that just Google is doing it. There's plenty of examples of CNN or USA Today or so many more, The Telegraph, all doing these things. And if you want to do this, there's actually a way to do it, but you can't do it basically for SEO. Google says if you want to do this, you have to exclude these third-party content pages from search indexing. So you have to put no index on it. That would basically be it. That's it. No indexes and meta tag. And Google is nice enough to say examples that are not considered site reputation abuse. So here's examples: wire service or press release service sites, news publications that have syndicated news content from other news publications, sites designed to allow for user-generated content, such as a forum website or comment sections. By the way, forums are one of the hot black hat ways for webmasters to game Google. Niche websites, niche publications, especially ones that have lost a lot of traffic due to the Google March 2024 update that hit a lot of content sites really hard, they're putting in forums. And the forums don't have crazy moderation, but the forums are ranking really well for things, for keywords, because the sites have high domain authority and Google is promoting user-generated content in its results, and forums are user-generated content. But you could actually do it. There are sites that are doing this in a good way. They design nice looking forums. They do get moderation in. They are involved with the forums because they recognize it is good for their brand. So there are ones that are actually doing this well, and then they're ranking for keywords too. And that's great. That's cool because they're actually treating it well. They're doing press for the forum. And then there are other ones that are doing lazy forums. And these ones are probably going to be hit with penalties or have already been hit with penalties. So more examples that Google gives for what is allowed: columns, opinion pieces, articles, and other work of an editorial nature where there is close involvement or review by the host site; third-party content that's advertorial or native advertising type pages that's produced with close involvement of the host site, where the purpose is to share the content directly to readers, such as through promotion with the publication itself rather than hosting the content to manipulate search rankings; embedding third-party ad units, or using affiliate links throughout a page with links treated appropriately; coupons that are sourced directly from merchants and other businesses that serve consumers. But at the end of the day, it was very clear Forbes had little to no oversight with these pages created by the third-party company, and the pages were unrelated to Forbes. I think actually if the pages were unrelated to Forbes, but these were staff writers who were hired by Forbes, and everything was reviewed, and Forbes Marketplace, because Forbes Marketplace actually is only owned by Forbes. Forbes has a minority percent of Forbes Marketplace. Forbes owns 40% of Forbes Marketplace. So Forbes doesn't even own the majority of Forbes Marketplace. I think they could have gotten away with it if they were doing that, but they weren't doing that. Lars Lofgren, he did this amazing research. So actually, I want to say Lars Lofgren, he's going to come on the pod. If you have any questions for him, let me know and I'll ask those questions. I'm really excited to have him on the podcast. I've been reading his articles on this podcast. He's a great writer and did this breakout study about Forbes and all of these different major publishers doing this type of SEO. So if you have any questions for Lars Lofgren, let me know. But yeah, Forbes did it all wrong. And this was something that was put up in May. Forbes should have been way more diligent about reaching out to Google, fixing this, correcting this. Hey, we're working on fixing this. And that just didn't happen. You probably heard, I've had an executive from Forbes on this podcast before. And I said this to one of their executives. So this is what I would have done if I was involved with Forbes. And I literally sent this to my friend who's an executive. I said, there are so many better ways to make money than stupid affiliate revenue like this for Forbes, by the way. It could literally make business software and use bottom of funnel SEO to sell it. So in Compact Keywords, my SEO program, I show how to create bottom of funnel SEO landing pages and find bottom of funnel keywords and to rank for lots of these bottom of funnel keywords, which are super high intent, low competition, crazy intent. But Forbes can rank for the highest competition bottom of funnel keywords. And it can make some dope business software and quickly have a crazy business product that's making way more money than its affiliate revenue pages. Just from my bottom of funnel SEO landing pages for one of my products, and these bottom of funnel SEO landing pages were created in 2020. And just from these pages, we still get enterprise requests from huge companies and major school districts who come across these pages. Bottom of funnel SEO is crazy, and there is real enterprise interest in the keywords because they target specific use cases, and Forbes can do that so easily. Oh my gosh, can rank for the best keywords. It can create crazy business software. It could start by unbundling some feature of some other business software. So you take just one feature from a popular piece of business software, unbundle it, make that really good, rank for all the keywords that could be a use case for that software, and then start scaling up the software. Do promotions for that software, add in features now, and now you're a real player and you have crazy MRR and it's Forbes. It's just so many better ways than this spammy affiliate revenue strategy. So many better ways. Or, I mean, at the very least, have first-party oversight. The crazy first-party oversight and own more than 40%, own more than a minority stake. And Forbes didn't do any of that. Forbes has been hit hard. And that is what is going on in the world of SEO. This is some of the biggest news in search engine optimization and digital marketing. So that's what's going on. Now you are filled in if you weren't already, or maybe there were some things in this episode that you didn't know. Anyway, this is episode 462 of my daily digital marketing podcast, The Edward Show. Do this thing every day. I'm sitting with a lovely cappuccino in a beautiful hotel lobby. I love this place that I am. I was here yesterday in a different area. I love it here. And I hope you like this background too. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.